Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
We've already had years of austerity now. A leading economic research group says we could face an extra 2 years if Britain votes to leave the European Union. The Institute for Fiscal Studies says any financial gains from quitting would be wiped out by slower economic growth. But Leave campaigners say the IFS is biased because it is part funded by the EU. Here's our economics editor, Kamal Ahmed.
Vital public services could face further cuts. Benefits could go the same way, taxes could rise, austerity could be extended for a further 2 years. That was the gloomy outlook published today by one of the UK's most respected economic organisations, the IFS, its judgment on what could happen if there is a vote to leave the EU on June the 23rd.
If the government wanted to get to budget balance in 2019, as it says it does, that would require another 5 billion of public service spending cuts, 5 billion of social security cuts and 5 billion of tax increases.
So, what does the IFS suggest could be the impact of Brexit? First, there would be a gain of £8 billion. That's the amount of money the IFS says the government pays to the EU as part of our membership deal. But the IFS says that a possible economic downturn following Brexit would more than wipe out that gain. That economic downturn could mean our national income, or GDP, being up to 3.5% smaller by 2020. And that would mean less tax income for the government, which the IFS says could lead to a public finance black hole of between 20 and 40 billion pounds. The result? Well, it could be more cuts, higher taxes, or 2 more years of austerity if the government sticks to its plan to produce a budget surplus by 2020. Unsurprisingly, the Prime Minister welcomed the analysis of the IFS.
The Institute for Fiscal Studies is the gold standard in independent, impartial economic forecasting and commentary in our country. It's accepted by every political party.
Vote Leave claims it's waving the flag for Britain and the economy would flourish outside the EU.
I think people are getting a bit sick and tired of this overwhelming stuff about how the economy is going to end in tears if we leave the European Union. The truth is, of course, is that economic forecasts are only going to spit out on the assumptions that you put in. And depending on the assumptions you put in, you can get absolute doomsday out the other end.
Very good. Come on, join in.
UKIP's Nigel Farage, arguing leaving the EU would be the great escape, and that the IFS in any case might be, well, a bit biased.
Another taxpayer-funded and EU-funded organisation using our money to tell us what we should think. Outrageous.
That allegation is hotly denied by the IFS, and Andrew Lillico, Vote Leave's economics expert, took to social media to defend the organisation. There will be a lot more of this. The battle buses crisscrossing the country, trying to convince the voters that the economy is safe in or out of the EU. Kamal Ahmed, BBC News.